Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Grace Grella Show. If you've been watching live, we are back, and happily so, because Mr. Anthony Mrocka is rocking the TV studio tonight. I have to tell you something. We are so blessed to have you back here in the TV studio and, talk about the energy and the spirits and everybody just like applauding you. I hear them on the other side. Finally, somebody's getting our messages through for us. So they're very grateful to you as everybody who's blessed to be here and watching and to share your energy and your insights and your gifts. And so I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful and grateful that you're here. And without further ado, let's how about we get to the phone calls that have been waiting before we let you do your Superman. Woo, stand up and
all right, let's
deliver. Yeah. Okay. Elise, are you there? Hello? Hello? Mercury retrograde. Hello? Do we have a caller online? All right.
Hello?
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 Is this Elise?
Hello?
You can't hear me?
Hello? Oh, God. She's... Hello? Hello?
I can hear you. You can't hear me?
Hello? Hello?
All right, you're going to have to hang up. This can't happen. Mercury retrograde. Okay.
I think you can't hear me.
I can hear you, honey. You're not answering me.
Hello?
Okay, Mike, could you please just cut the phone call? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. That, to me, is like a message loud and clear from the universe that we're not meant to take phone calls tonight. Why? We have Mr. Supercharged Energizer Bunny Rabbit over here. Easter is on Sunday, after all, okay? And his energy is just blowing out the phone lines. Okay, so Anthony, Spirit must have its way. So if you could bless us again with showing us your platform style and letting it rip.
Cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
So again, if you understand, just raise your hand, but don't make it fit here for me. So I feel like I want to come to you right here, but just everyone else listen up here too. I have a female here that links in here with me, and I just know that all of a sudden as she's coming in here, I just feel, are you an L?
Yes, I am.
You the L? Because she's giving me like the L, like I want to talk to the L. So if you're an L, that's good enough there to me. I feel like this woman that's coming forward here, for some reason I'm drawn to my chest area here, but I actually feel like I have two people that want to come forward. So let me just listen to what I'm saying here, because I feel like I have a man here too as well. So I have a man also too that he's like taking over, so I'm going to let him come in. I have a gentleman that's coming in here and he keeps hitting my heart. So I know there have been heart issues or there have been some heart issues with him. Could you understand that? I don't know why, but it keeps giving me two. So either twice he had a heart issue or 2 times he went to the doctor and he knew about the heart issue, but there's something around twice around the heart issue. Would you understand that?
Okay, there's 2 people that...
Oh, the 2 people that had the heart issue?
Yes.
That's fine. Because they keep showing me the 2, like the number 2, and I feel like, so there's 2 people that have heart issues. That's fine. So let me just spread them apart here and let me work with one of them for you too. One of them would be a dad or a father figure for you. Can you understand that? Because I just hear dad, so that's why I do have to acknowledge dad here. He also is bringing me to the month of April, so I feel April would be significant in your family for some reason, like a birthday, anniversary, or passing. In April. That's good. Best way that they could come through, or your dad could come through and bring up the happy birthday. So that's why I have to acknowledge it. There's something around your dad keeps acknowledging with you. You keep doubting yourself. So I feel like there's something going on with you right now that you've been doubting. Right. Or there's something that your dad's been watching that you're doubting in some sense. Can you understand that?
Yes.
And I feel like he's, again, almost in a sense where wants to just hold you up and not let you fall back with it. So I feel that's significant there. Did you lose a partner?
Yes.
You understand that? So like a husband to you? Because I feel like your dad wants to he's like, no, I'm done, let him come in. So I feel like it's a husband or a partner to you there. And is he the other heart issue? Because he's acknowledging the heart to me there too as well. So that's why I have to bring it up. You still have a photo of him in the room, or you still have a photo in your room? Would you understand that?
Yes.
Now listen to what I'm going to say here for a sec. If I walk into your room, that photo would be on my left-hand side. That's the feeling he keeps giving me.
No. No.
So if I walk into your room, there's not a photo here to the left?
Not of him.
That's weird. Unless there's a photo of your dad over there, but they keep wanting to bring me into the room, and I feel like I'm off to my left. Are you sure there's not a photo of him in a drawer still? It might not be out.
Oh, it's not at, yeah, okay.
Do you understand that?
Yes, I have photos there that are not out.
Because he's like, no, you're not
Okay.
wrong. Just keep listening to what I'm saying. And he's bringing me in, and then to the left, and I feel like in a drawer, there's got to be a photo
Okay,
of your
yes,
husband.
yes.
I'm still there. I feel like he looks good in the photo. That's a part of why he's bringing this up, you know? He's kind of being like, he's pulling my
that's
leg here a
him.
little bit. But, you know, that's the kind of man he was.
Yes,
Would you
that's-
understand that? I feel he's
absolutely,
funny. I feel he's
absolutely.
sarcastic in some way.
Yes,
I'm here, so that's why I have to bring it up and acknowledge it. You know, I feel like, I mean, we know that our loved ones love us, but your husband really wants to say he loves you there, and that he hasn't missed anything with you, you know? And I feel like he wants to acknowledge also being in the dream or being in the dream state. So I feel you would have had a dream of him, or you had a dream of him recently, but there's something
Yes.
about the dreams that he's acknowledging. So you understand that?
Yes.
And it's just his way. I mean, that's as good as a visit. That's as good as him walking through the door. And you see numbers on the clock. Or you
Yes.
see number signs on the clock.
Yes,
He keeps
all
showing
the
me the
time.
numbers on the clock, and I feel like it's his way of saying hello. And this is weird, but you saw a ladybug?
Ladybug.
I feel like there's something symbolic about the ladybug that he keeps wants to bring me.
No, I can't relate to that right now.
Just remember I'm saying it because I feel like you've seen a ladybug, because they keep showing me a ladybug there, and I feel like it's significant for some reason. Or a child saw a ladybug, but there's something about the ladybug that he keeps showing me. So just remember I'm saying it. I'll leave it with you.
Actually, I did see one not too long ago,
There you
and I
go.
thought it was weird because it's not summer.
Yeah. So you did see a ladybug?
Yes, I did,
Okay.
actually.
That's the psychic amnesia that we always talk about. But he's showing it to me. That's why I feel like it's symbolic to him, and I feel like he's left it in your path. You know what I mean? To try to say hello, and now hopefully that I could come along and validate it to you. So I feel like when you see it again, know that that's him. But I feel like it's going to be weird again. Like, it's not the season to see him, and you're
Right.
still going to see it. You know what I mean? But
Right.
it's something more significant than just the ladybug. You know, kind of a thing. That's weird though. I feel like one's going to land on you almost. So just remember I'm bringing that up. You have family in Florida?
Yes.
Because they keep pulling me to Florida here, so that's why I have to acknowledge the family in Florida. But is someone taking a trip there?
My brother is down there.
He's there right now?
He just came back from there.
Okay, so someone just took a trip because I know that there's family in Florida, but then I know that someone just went or someone's about to
Yes,
go.
my brother
'cause
just went.
He's
He's
putting
good.
me on the plane, so when they do that, I know it's that someone just went or someone is getting ready to go there as well. But was there talk about like retiring down there, or is that something your husband always talked about, retiring down there? Because there was like a make mention of someone wanting to retire there, or there was talk about wanting to go down there and retire.
No, not that I recall.
Is your brother then talking about wanting to retire there?
Yes, my
Okay,
brother.
because I feel like your dad's coming back in here and he's acknowledging like brother, talking about retiring there.
Yes, my
I just
brother
feel like,
is.
I feel like it's a good thing, to be honest with you.
Okay.
That's what your dad makes me feel like there. I also know September's got to be significant because he's acknowledging September to me. So September, again, a birthday, anniversary, or passing, but what's in September?
My son.
That's fine. Happy birthday to him. Would you understand though too? Because I feel like once you said son, I said what I say in my mind. What do you want to talk about with him? And I feel like your son. This is the best way I could say it. I feel like your son is really missing out on his father. Would you understand that? And I get real emotional with that.
Me too.
And I feel like he's just impressing on me that he's well aware that he needs the dad figure in his life right now there. And so he's just been watching some emotional struggles with him. That's the best way I could say it. That's the way that he keeps making me feel. So he's trying to do what he can from the other side, but he's aware of it. And so not that I'm concerned about it, but the feeling he keeps giving me, there's a small concern with him, you know? I feel like he bottles everything up in a
does,
sense,
he
and he's
does.
not talking about it. So that's where I feel like, your husband or his dad is trying to make me impress on me. I almost feel like try to talk to him more, or try to get him to talk there in some sense there. And did he just get more serious with a girl, or he's got a girlfriend he's getting serious with?
I don't know. He keeps that from me.
Yeah, I
Every
feel
time
like-
I ask him, do you have a girlfriend? Oh, no, we're just friends.
It's
So.
weird. I feel like Dad's watched about a girlfriend. Just remember,
He probably knows more than me.
yeah, I feel like he's been watching it. You know what I mean? So just remember that I'm bringing it that way because he wants to bring it up there. So, and who's been talking about wanting to move?
Me.
Because it's your husband, so he's the one that wants to acknowledge this. I feel like he's acknowledging that someone wants to move. So if that's you, is it that do you not want to move because the fact of there's still memories in this place, or you don't want to move because there's still stuff that you have that you can't move of his?
No, because the kids are still in school, and one's graduating this year, going to college. So
Just remember I'm saying it like this because I feel like he's giving me a feeling like you're going to move, and don't have any guilt feelings about when it's time to move. I don't mean today or tomorrow. I'm not saying now, but I feel like within the next year or two there's a move coming. That's just the feeling that he's trying to give to me. So I think the main thing is it's the fact of don't feel any guilt when the chance comes to move, you know, because I feel like you're going to have some weird type of a thing there. That's what he keeps making me feel like. And what's the yellow rose? He's handing me a yellow rose to give to you. So when they give me the rose to hand to you, it's usually because you did something for them with a yellow rose, or you left a yellow rose for him.
I just bought a yellow rose bush today.
You what?
I just bought a yellow rose bush today.
Good enough. You just bought it today, a yellow rose bush. Good enough. So again, that's why I love when it's that day, you know, something happened that day or the day before, because it just validates to show you that they're around you, and they've been watching over you guys there. And someone's been talking about wanting a dog. I feel like it's your son. Does your son want a dog or someone?
Well, we have a dog, but he wanted either another dog or a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is a talk about wanting another dog because he's pulling me to your son, and I feel like your son wanted another dog. So I hate to say it this way, but get the dog, because that's the feeling he keeps giving me. Like, get the dog there. And has your knee been bothering you?
My knee?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know how much. You're just tapping me here on the knee and says, talk about her knee. So I know that it would aggravate you in some sense, or that's just a feeling he keeps giving me. And who's Mary?
I have an Aunt Mary.
In the spirit world, though.
Oh, Mary. Spirit world.
I want to marry in the...
Not sure.
Yeah, I want her in the spirit world. Or like a Marlene, but there's an M-A, like Mary. Just remember, I'm bringing it up there, but I feel like I want her in the spirit world.
Yes.
Unless I'm misinterpreting it, and is Mary not feeling so well?
Right.
That's fine. I'm misinterpreting it, so sorry. So let me have her back from the spirit world, and let's talk about her here. But I feel like it's your dad and your husband are coming in together to talk to me about Mary. I feel like she's not doing so well. No one knows when anyone's going to go. Only God knows that. But I just feel like there's an acknowledgement that she's not doing too well there. And I just feel like, you know, those on the other side are sending her healing here, are trying to help her here. And is her mind starting to go in some way?
Yes.
Okay, because they keep acknowledging that her mind is starting to leave, or her mind's starting to go there. I wish I had, I could say, oh, it's coming back, don't worry, but they just keep giving me like a downward slope or a downward progression with it. So that's why they have to, again, that's why they're sending healing there for that side, from that side there as well. And you need a new bed?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't want to think. Have you
I've been thinking of that.
As long as you've been thinking about it.
I've been thinking about it.
Okay, if you've been thinking about it, that's fine, because your husband hears your thoughts. We don't have to speak out loud to them. We could think, and they can hear us. But he's showing me a new bed. So I feel like you've been thinking about a new bed.
Yes, I have.
He's trying to tell you to go get the new bed. And again, it's just the evidence that how much he's around you and how much he walks with you every day, and he's never left you. And who's Joseph or Joe?
Joe.
Or Jeremy, but there's this J, male, still here.
Still here?
Yeah.
Joseph? Joseph is Mary's son.
I just feel like that's Mary's son. Is he not doing so well in some way?
Not that I know of.
I just feel like just around Mary, with things that are happening with Mary, just make sure Joe's okay.
Okay.
Because I feel like there's an acknowledgement there from everyone on the other side there. So that's why I have to bring it up. And who has high blood pressure? Did your brother have high blood pressure?
My brother.
Yeah. Because your dad pulled me to high blood pressure, then pulled me to your brother, and so, but he's stubborn about it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yes.
So listen, I'm not a doctor, I can't prescribe, but I listen to them, and I trust them more than the living at this point. But your dad's acknowledging your brother's stubborn about his high blood pressure, and I'm not saying anything's happened to him. I'm just saying that he should do something about it,
Right.
because of the fact of, I feel like what happened with Dad in some way. Can you understand
Yes.
that? I feel like this runs in the family, so that's why I feel like your dad wants everyone to stay checked out or stay checked out at the
Can
doctor.
understand that, sure.
There, so that's why I have to acknowledge it. And did you just hit your foot, or you just stubbed your toe?
No.
Eh. Are you sure?
I think I would know.
I feel like he's like keeps tapping my toe, like someone stubbed their toe, or someone just, one of your kids just didn't like break their foot or stub their toe in some way, or like something fell on their toe.
Not that I know of.
Go home,
I'll
just
have
ask.
to go ask them.
You're gonna have to ask them. I feel like they stubbed their toe. I don't think it broke it in any way. I feel like they were just a little klutzy and stubbed their toe, but I feel like he's been watching that. So
I think that was Michael, actually, yeah.
Oh, see, there you go. That's the psychic amnesia again. So you're aware of it.
Yes.
Good
I'm
enough,
aware.
because it's like your husband keeps hitting me on the toe and then he's pulling me to your children there. So, and one of them just got a new car.
Not too long ago.
Does
yeah.
someone want a motorcycle?
No. No. My sister has one and her husband, but not my son.
Oh, your sister. That's fine. So it's not your son. That's fine. So someone did just get a new car, or someone got a car within the last 3 months,
No, it was more than that.
or someone's talking about wanting a car.
Me.
So you need a new car, correct?
It's time, yeah.
Okay, but you've been talking about it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as long as you've been talking about it.
I talked about that today.
I feel like, oh, you talked about it today. That would make sense. Because he's talking to me about talking about the new car or wanting the new car. But then again, and then all of a sudden they're talking to me about the motorcycle. So if that's your sister, that's fine. No, I just feel like, I don't know. I kind of feel like your dad's giving me this weird feeling about their motorcycles. So I'm not 100% sure that they're happy about it. Just put it that way.
Okay.
But just, make sure everything's good with her. And they're bringing up the motorcycle, so that's why I have to acknowledge it there.
Okay.
Does someone have, like, I don't know if you're going to know this, but one of the sister or your brother-in-law, do they wear too small of a helmet? Just
I don't
remember
know.
this. Just
Okay.
remember I'm saying this because I feel like it's coming from your father.
Okay.
There, that someone wears too small of a helmet and maybe they should get a bigger helmet.
All right.
That's all. That's just a way to acknowledge it. And what's the 22nd of a month? 2/2.
My husband's birthday was August 21st.
That's fine. I can go up or down one,
Right.
but I just see it as 22. I kind of feel like it's something on the 22nd, but I don't think you're going to get it right now. So just remember I'm saying it, but if it was the 21st, that's fine. I can go up or down one, but it has to be right there. If you would have said the 20th or the 24th, I would have said no way, up or down
Any
one.
month? You're talking
Yeah.
about any month?
Yeah.
On the 22nd?
I just see 2/2, and I feel like he's circling that, so that's why I'm saying the 22nd. Or someone was 22 when he passed, but I feel like it's a date, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So I feel it's the 22nd. So just remember, I'm bringing it up there. So the emotional feeling that your husband's back, and I'm going to give you this before as a message here. He's bringing me that emotional feeling back that I felt before, and I just feel like your husband knew in some sense that he wasn't right, or I feel like he knew it and he didn't express it, or he wasn't talking about it in some way about how he was feeling there. Would you understand that? And so that's why I feel like he's giving me an apology in some way, because I feel like he felt in some way that there was something wrong, or he felt like he wasn't feeling well and he didn't voice it.
Mentally, physically, or?
Physically. So that's why I just feel like there's almost an apology here. Like there's an apology here that I wish I would have spoke up, or I wish I would have said something there, because I feel like we could have figured it out in some way. So just remember, I'm bringing it through. Your husband loves you dearly there, and so I do have to honor that because he wants me to bring that up. And you still wear the ring?
No, and actually, he's my ex-husband. We've been divorced for.
Do you still
years.
have like?
Yes, I still have the ring.
Okay, because as long as you still have his ring, because he's acknowledging like you still have the ring.
Yes,
so
I do.
so that's why I have to acknowledge it. And has it been 5 years in a new relationship, or is it 5 years? Why do I want to? He wants me to go back 5 years. 5 years, everything changed for you, or 5 years in the new? It got more serious, or you were married within 5 years, but there's something around the 5 years that I feel like he wants to acknowledge.
It'll be almost 5 years that he passed.
5 years that he passed. That's fine. Because he's talking to me about 5, and I want to go back 5 years. So it's coming up on 5 years that he passed. That's fine. He still loved you. There's no doubt. Because he's still
I know.
honoring that.
I
So
know.
that's why I have to leave you with that. But I just know that, from your dad's side there too as well. I don't know. I feel like your dad was a proper man's man, you know what I mean? I feel like he was a man's man, and so I feel like your dad didn't say that all the time, and he just wants to say it now too as well. So he's passing along his love to you, and I feel like with your dad, he didn't express that in some way.
Right.
Can you understand that?
Yes.
And I just feel like that's why he wants to bring it up now. So take your dad, take your husband's blessings, and I'll say God bless.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Wow, that's awesome. Let's do that. A lot of love in this studio tonight. Woot, woot. Now, Anthony, I'm watching you, and energetically, I feel you vibrating off the Richter scale. Do you personally feel the rev? Do you feel that?
Yes.
Start your engines energy going on?
Yeah, it's the best way I can. When people ask me, I always say it feels like an anxiety attack. Literally, it feels like an anxiety attack. Like, when they start to come around, your senses get heightened. Things annoy you quicker, and you feels like in your chest. It feels like there's an anxiety attack about to come on. Which I think that a lot of times people now, especially. A lot of people, and I know Pat Longo talks about that too, about a lot of people that
my
have
freaking head, I was just going to say.
about anxiety, and it's really spirit energy potentially coming around. Mm-hmm. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't even have to be here because, he knows what's going on in my mind anyway. Never mind what your mind, keep your mind on your work. So I was just going to mention Pat Longo and that, that she always explains to people and assists them along the way. Now, when you do your workshops, do you do it on all different levels, from people who are just opening up to people who have been?
Yeah, I have done some beginner classes, some online beginners classes, but I'm not, I feel more comfortable now actually helping out more beginner advanced to intermediate mediums and really working with them on trying to be on like a one-on-one basis. But I am doing a workshop in New Jersey to do for this for platform, coming up in May. So we help mediums that are already working or they're working, and they want to do groups or they want to do bigger crowds in some way. So that's you learn that too, exactly what I kind of just did in that capacity.
Absolutely. Well, it's always been for me personally. I've been doing this all my life, really, and but when you have people who are schooled, because you were really trained in this method, right? When you were over in England.
Yeah, I don't know about that. People ask me too. Lisa Williams and Tony Stockwell were probably my two biggest teachers. And I was mentored by Tony in England for a year. And so I think spirit is our biggest teacher, to be honest with you. But then you have an earthly guide that will help you in some sense. You know what I mean? But no one actually taught me how to do platform in some way. It's kind of weird. I just followed and trusted spirit. You know what I mean? I had, Tony probably would have pushed me in some way or made me get up in front of people. He really picked on me. Anthony Mrocka, get up and dem, and he'd pick on me and he'd constantly make me get up.
You were his favorite student.
Well, I could see now because he saw something in me. And the funny part is I'm shy. You know what I mean? You don't realize. I know you say
shy Leo?
Yes. Back in the day I wasn't, but as I opened up and developed and really, for me, I got sober and that's when everything happened. When that happened, I became more inward, believe it or not.
Introspective, yeah.
I didn't want to get up in front of the room and read people, but, he kept doing it. And then he would, give positive feedback or good criticism on it. But I think it comes naturally. And you almost feel pulled to a person, literally. Spirit kind of pulls you to the person, and then all of a sudden the information starts to follow. It's kind of crazy, actually. I do think about it, because when I'm done, I'll think, how the heck did I say that, this, and that? You know what I mean? It's just weird. So,
Right.
but it's cool.
Yeah.
And I'm always honored to be able to serve Spirit, and because it's also it's for the healing aspect of what we can do by showing people that our loved ones walk with us daily. That's probably the biggest thing Tony had instilled in with me. Bringing up evidence. Evidence is so important of who you're bringing through, but then surrender the mind. What do they really want to say? What are they watching of their family right now? So.
And I don't know. I think we're in another dimension when we do this show, because time just like flies out the window. But in this minute recap that I have here available to me, I just want people to know that if they go to your Facebook page, all your events and things that are coming up, because you do a lot of demos and demonstration in Jersey, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And New York as
And New
well.
York, yeah.
Yeah. And so they can, or your website, right?
Yeah. Yes.
www.anthonymrocka.com.
Yeah, you always say Mrocka. It's Mrocka.
Mrocka.
Yeah.
Like Mrocka.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? That's okay. That's the Italians always have nicknames, for people. And
People call me
whatever.
Mrock, 'cause I
Mrock of
think
the
that's how it
house.
is.
I like it. It's
Yeah.
very Italian.
Yeah.
Well,